Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here. And of course, we're in June right now, Jackie, and things are slowly starting to open back up. And boy, we're excited about a whole bunch of great places opening.
Absolutely, like the West Des Moines Historical Society. Always excited to see the ever uplifting Gail Brubaker. She always has a smile on her face and a lot of energy to share. So good morning, Gail. Great to see you. Let's talk about what the museum has been doing, the Historical Society, since kind of the pandemic has been happening, and how you guys are going to be officially opening up here soon.
Well, we like to say while the Jordan House and Bennett School museums have been closed, the West Des Moines Historical Society has been open. So we have been doing education and outreach through Facebook Lives Monday through Friday. We have made butter, we've made ice cream, we've shown some artifacts that aren't actually out for the public to see. So we've really tried to step up and be supportive to those families who are doing home distance learning and maybe going a little stir crazy, which we understand. So the Jordan House Museum is scheduled to be open on June 15th. We're going to start off with Members Monday. So anybody who is a member of the West Des Moines Historical Society will get first shot at seeing actually 3 exhibits that haven't been seen yet. So we've been busy, and then we're coming back on a limited basis, limited number of folks here, because while the Jordan House looks pretty large from the outside, there are some very narrow hallways and small rooms. So we have our capacity cut to 50%. As you can see, James is demonstrating our requirement to wear face masks. And we have a cleaning protocol that has been presented by the National Park Service and Iowa Museum Association. So we're going to do our best to be socially distant while still providing great education and something for folks to do.
Now, before we talk about the 3 new exhibits that you mentioned, I want to talk a little bit about your Facebook Lives. You said that you were showing people how to make things, like, say, the ice cream and things like that. Which one was the most popular over all the time you were doing that?
The ice cream was really popular, and then my coworker Kelly made butter and put it on homemade scones. People really like these things that we can do that they can get their hands on and get involved. I did a series of lives about toys and games that were from early Iowa history. So we made button buzzer spinners and corn husk dolls and things like that. So those are the ones that are, I think, the most fun for us to do too.
That is awesome.
Absolutely. And you're trying to keep the celebration going because you guys are celebrating a big birthday this year.
Yeah, what a year to turn 50. We didn't time that well, did we?
No, so
Yes.
what's going on? What kind of cake are we going to have first and foremost?
Well, it'll have to be one of our old-timey cakes that Kelly made a couple weeks ago with absolutely no eggs or dairy in it.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
We're looking
It was
forward to
good.
that. All right,
It went really well with my vanilla ice cream in a bag.
I bet.
Perfect. Okay, let's talk about the new exhibits that you're going to have on here. What about the first one? What's the first one we're going to be able to see?
Well, the first one is really a great exhibit. It was done by one of our former Jordan Scholars, which is a youth leadership program that is entering its 6th year this fall. So Lauren Gilbert, who was a Valley High School senior, did a Iowa Women and the Underground Railroad research project, and we turned it into an exhibit here at the Jordan House. So you'll meet 4 amazing women who lived in Iowa who were a really important part in different ways in the Underground Railroad. So they are kind of like Flat James here. They are standees with information about each one of the women. The other 2 that we are working on right now one is geology and artifacts of Iowa, so rocks, fossils, things like that. And then the other one is about the Vandenberg Pharmacy that was in Valley Junction for more than 50 years, and really the importance of pharmacies in a community and medical care. So that one we're putting together as well.
Yeah, you can see just some of the artifacts that they'll be able to show off during that time too.
We've got some pretty horrifying looking medical instruments and some mystery liquids in bottles that the labels have come off and we are not opening them. They're just getting put on a shelf.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to think with the tools that they had to use back then to get certain things done, especially in the medical field. But that's what it's about. It's about learning about our history and continuing that education. And you've been sharing those stories daily, virtually, but it's going to be nice to come and experience the Jordan House and the Historical Society once again.
I think so. I think it's really important that we are able to walk in the footsteps of history, and that's what happens here at the Jordan House. This is the place where history was made. Underground Railroad happened here in West Des Moines. So I think that's a really important thing to think about, that especially with what's happened recently. The fight for equality is not new. It's been going on for centuries. And I think getting that perspective is always important, and knowing that we all play a part in making sure that every single person in this country is treated fairly, equally, equitably. So I think we have an important lesson to teach even today.
Very well stated. Thank you.
Let's review. Let's give everybody one more time. When do we plan on opening things up? Well, we learned that we have to have a face mask. That's first and foremost. But when do we plan on things opening up?
We're going to be launching the ticket sales a little later this week. We are asking for the majority of these tours will be pre-sold, pre-ticketed, so we can effectively limit the number of people to 10 in the house at a time. So the last week and a half, we've been asking people for their preferences. Would you rather come on a Tuesday at 10 o'clock or a Saturday at... So we're going to wrap that up here at the end of the day, and that will determine when our ticket sales will be available. But the majority of tours will need to be pre-ticketed events, and you will need to wear a face mask. We do have a few here, and that's just been the overwhelming response from potential visitors, that we keep things clean, sanitary, and due to health reasons on a couple of our tour guides, we will require masks.
But it's going to be like your own little private tour.
Perfect.
All right. If you need more details, wdmhs.org. Very excited for things to be opening up once again. Gail, always great to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.
Nice to see you folks, even from a distance.
Bye, Gail.